Tom Seaver, a beloved Mets baseball player, has been recently announced to have been traded to the Cincinnati Reds. He was awarded the National League Rookie of the Year in 1967 and has 3 Cy Young Awards as the league's best pitcher. He holds the Mets' all-time win records and paved the road for more players' rights in the MLB. Here's our insider interview with Terrific Tom. Today, I'll be talking to Tom Seaver, or Terrific Tom as Mets fans would call him. From 1970 to 1976, he led the league in number per strikeouts per year, 5 times in that time. He also won 3 ERA titles. News has just recently broke about Seaver's trade to the Cincinnati Reds after negotiations with the Mets failed. So, how are you feeling given this very recent trade?
Of course, it's natural to be nervous when there's such a big change like this, but you just have to take it in as it is. An incredible experience.
And baseball's a great game because you can give up a home run on a Monday night, and then on Tuesday you can turn it all around and be a hero.
If I hang a curveball over the plate on a Tuesday night, then I don't have another shot until Saturday night. I have to live with it all week.
So how do you feel about leaving New York?
I feel like I'll never truly leave New York. It's always going to be a city very close to my heart that I consider my home.
And your contract had 2 more years with the Mets, correct?
I have this year and next year, so we talked about negotiations. The last 2 years in baseball have had a complete turnaround. Players now have rights they never had before to negotiate. It's changed the entire structure of baseball and the relationship between ownership and the labor force. Players are fighting for more rights from their ownership, which has been so needed.
Now, can you explain to me what a free agent is?
For the past 100 of years, if a team drafted you, you either played until you died or got traded. Now players have the opportunity to take matters into their own hands, and it's a major change that's happened within these 2 years. It's just like any other job where you can leave if you're unhappy where you are with the certain circumstances.
And you were with the Mets for 11 years. Do you think there's such a thing as team loyalty?
Yeah, 10 and a half years. Of course, there's no question about team loyalty. When negotiations got tough, I felt it was my responsibility in the clubhouse to stand up for all the guys on the field. I was severely criticized for these actions by both my ownership and the press, though.
How did you respond to that?
I told them that these guys were depending on me for all the things we need, like the pension and medical plan, which are very important to the majority of players.
And how did the Mets fans react?
Well, they were genuinely upset. The ownership received a lot of heat from all the fans. All the responses, the telegraphs, and letters that I received were all just wishing me well because I think they understood the situation. The New York fans are truly fantastic people.
Well, thank you for being here today. We wish you luck on your new team.
Thank you. It'll certainly be strange trading in all this Mets gear for some Reds gear, but I'm very thrilled to have this new experience.
Our next story is breaking news in the tennis world. This Battle of the Sexes match between Riggs and King will go down in history. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Today is September 20th, 1973, and here we witness the so-called Battle of the Sexes tennis match between Billie Jean King and Bobby Riggs. Riggs believes that at even 55 years old, he can beat any top woman in tennis, and in this case, he challenges 29-year-old Billie Jean King. Riggs, the Wimbledon champion, was once considered the best tennis player in the world. He had previously challenged King, and after she has repeatedly turned his offers down, she has accepted his request. King is a well-known female athlete with 10 major single titles for women's tennis. The turnout is massive, with over 30,000 fans at the match. Also, an estimated 90 million people worldwide will be tuning into their televisions to watch this epic battle transpire. At stake is $100,000 and winner-takes-all prize. Riggs has hyped this match himself after making many sexist comments about women. In an earlier interview, Riggs said, and I quote, "I'll tell you why I'll win. She's a woman and she doesn't have the emotional stability." He later declared that women belong in the bedroom and the kitchen. Keep your eyes peeled to see if Riggs can pull off the victory that he seems so confident in, or if Billie Jean King can win for women worldwide. In the iconic tennis match, Billie Jean King pulled away with a win against Bobby Riggs. King eviscerated him 6-4, 6-3, and then 6-3. This defeat will change women's tennis and, more importantly, women's rights forever. This helped pass the Title IX law that is anti-gender discrimination. Women everywhere felt truly empowered by King's triumphant victory. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsor, Coca-Cola.
Mr. Green, Mr. Green. Yeah?
Do you need any help?
No, I'm all set.
I just want to tell you I think you're the greatest player ever.
No way.
Do you want my coat?
No, it's okay.
No, really, you can have it.
Thanks.
Hey kid, you can have this.
In this week's basketball report, the three-point shot became widely known in the 1970s. Chris Ford of the Boston Celtics is widely credited with making the first three-point shot in the NBA history on October 12, 1979. Kevin Gravy of the Washington Bullets made one on the same day as well. During the 1970s, the American Basketball Association used the shot, along with the slam dunk, as a tactic of marketing to seem superior to their competitor of the National Basketball Association. Years later, in the 1979-1980 season of the NBA, they included the three-point line despite many critics claiming that this shot was not legitimate. The inclusion of this three-point shot will change the dynamic of basketball scoring and mechanics for future generations to come. Thanks for tuning in to the 1970s Sports Show.